Good morning.
The fields are dry.
Tell me where you're watching me from, please.
Promises made, but they've worn so thin. We planted hope, but nothing grew. Now we're searching.
Oh, people are coming. Okay, thank you.
True.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
The winds are shifting, I feel it clear.
Tell me where you're watching me from, please. And remember to share this video. We don't need a bad leader. It's time for change.
The future's calling. Let's rearrange. The road is rough, but we'll make
Good morning, share this video. 2026.
We'll start anew.
We are starting a new season in 2026. Good morning, share this video.
Words like dust in the air. A house of cards that couldn't care.
Share this video. We'll start in a few minutes.
But they don't hear. Their promises fade.
Promises failed by Hichilema.
It's time to rise, to stand and
Rise, stand and sing.
the
The
power belongs to us.
power belongs to us today. We don't need a bad leader. It's time for change.
Future's calling.
Let's
Let's rearrange.
rearrange 2026.
We'll make
Get right. 2026. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining me here on social media blog. Many a times I have come on social media to speak about your ruthless leader, Hakainde Hichilema. And some of you think I don't like him. In the few months that I was against Hakainde Hichilema, and I'm still against him, I've started opposing him since June 5th, since the death of Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu, I have mastered and studied hate church. And I resigned from the United Nations, United Party, United foolishness going on. Yeah, they're not even united. UPND party, for the reasons that you can see now. For the past few days, we have observed the election that took place in Tanzania. And we saw, oh, that's when he's calling, when I was trying to call him. I'll call you back shortly. I'm just in a short meeting. I'll call you back. Business. As business people. I was trying to call him earlier because we had a call at 10, but he didn't respond. Anyway, guys, so I've mastered Hakainde Hichilema's antics in terms of how he deals with things. And I told you guys that HH is a very bad person. And you thought, I just don't like him. Those of you who side with HH, I can just say that only foolish people, illiterates, people who have no education can side with Hakainde Hichilema. A majority of his cadres don't even have up to grade 12 certificate or university. Somebody who's been to university cannot support this guy. So HH and his group called UPND have celebrated the win, the illegal winning of the president of Tanzania. Now, let me just tell you something brief, background about Tanzania. Samia, auntie, mama, they call her, came into office after the demise of Magufuli. Magufuli was a credible leader of Tanzania, brought in a lot of changes in Tanzania. Some of us would celebrate Magufuli. That was a time when the Patriotic Front were even in government. We saw a lot of things that Magufuli did, and therefore his death was very suspicious, for especially that he changed a lot of things in Tanzania. And she was the vice president and she took over. ever since Samia has been the president, Mama Samia, they call her, she's a Muslim. We respect that. We respect religion. Magufuli was a Christian. She decided to chuck away all the Christians from different, ministries in Tanzania and put only Muslims there, just like HH. And, Tanzania has got Zanzibar and Tanzania. Now, in order for Samia to win the election, which is obviously a fake election, she arrested all her opponents, jailed them, and she stood on the ballot paper unopposed as the only candidate on the ballot paper. Now, the Tanzanians were very silent. They didn't say anything about what was going on in Tanzania. She switched off the internet on the day of the elections. We were following the elections. And the UPND celebrated the fact that she came out victorious. According to the UPND, Hakainde Hichilema will win 100% votes because him too, he's following Mama Samia's route. A few weeks back, we saw how Lazarus Chakwera lost elections to, I don't know why I call him Apostle, but he's Professor Peter Mutharika, who, it was a normal election and people voted him in. HH did not go there because his friend Lazarus Chakwera, who again is involved in a suspicious demise of Dr. Silas Hichilema, lost power, and HH sent one of his people to go and represent him instead of himself going to represent. But with one in Tanzania, Hakainde Hichilema has flown to Tanzania and has congratulated the dictator, the she dictator, Samia Suluhu-Hassan. And he has traveled all the way to Tanzania to get tactics, gimmicks on how to rig. But HH is not smart. He doesn't know that Tanzania is different from Zambia. Tanzania has got Zanzibar, and Zanzibar has its own president. Tanzania is divided into two, like the way Zambia would like to be divided into Zambia and Barotse land, and it has never worked. So we're talking of the Barotse land of Tanzania is Zanzibar. They have their own president. So now that that president is still there, he's got his own army. All he needed to do is to command the army this side to say, can you support this person? Now, most presidents like Professor Peter Mutharika is not going there, and HH is the first person to travel to Tanzania to show support. And the UPNG, of course, they are supporting Hakainde Hichilema's going. But one intriguing thing is there's this Zimbabwean journalist, an international journalist, very renowned. His name is Hope Chinono. At first, he used to support Hakainde Hichilema because of the certain statements he made about the democracy in Zimbabwe. He's from Zimbabwe. And today, he has shared his disappointment. So I'd like to read that because it's very, very important. Hold on 1 minute. So it's very, very important for us to understand that, when what HH is doing is actually embarrassing Zambia. And if you think that this guy, has 5 senses, I don't understand you, because in the midst of, the protests that have happened in Tanzania, we have Zambian nationals who died. So many victims, over 800 victims have died. And this guy decides, I'm going to, Zanzibar, Tanzania, to show, my support. And of course, you hear all these fibs about no diplomacy and all those crap. Hakainde Hichilema came to the United Kingdom to ask the King Charles if he can support him to rig the election in Zambia and to provide him with the army and to deport Zambians in the UK, and King Charles rejected that. Hakainde Hichilema also put an army base of America against the SADC, agreement. He thought Biden would be president or Kamala Harris, and that has backfired. So therefore, HH does not have any support from America. America has been exposing the corruption of Hakainde Hichilema. And, Hakainde Hichilema is such a greedy man who wants to benefit from the minerals that we have in Zambia. His wife as well, Mutinta Hichilema, also has her own mine. And suddenly she's going around campaigning because she knows that time is catching up. Whether you like it or not, Hakainde Hichilema will not win Lusaka and Copperbelt. Even Southern Province, he will only get 10%. In the whole Zambia, Hakainde Hichilema will only get 20%. HH cannot win the election. So he's gone to Tanzania to go and get ideas on how a rubbish woman, it's you who's a rubbish woman together with your mother. Block. I don't have time. All right? I don't have time for a nasty dictator who even stops church meetings. I don't have time for such type of leaders. So Hakainde Hichilema knows that he cannot win any election in Zambia. He has no support of the church, especially the Catholic Church. No church in Zambia, no correct church with 5 senses can support this guy. So if the church does not support you, America does not support you, where do you expect to get help? Even Russia can never support HH. Russia will never support this guy. So who's going to support him? Even France cannot support him. Who will support him? Even the Israelites that he's brought to Zambia by opening an embassy there, they work under America. So how does he expect them to help him? So anything that HH tries in 2026, we have the US Army that can send a button in 1 second. This is the whole entire army of Zambia cannot even stand the American army. So as for that one, yeah, your father is the one who's a fool, mate. Peace off with fake accounts. All right. So, someone said your English sounds like BBC. Thank you so much. I've lived in Britain for 21 years. So, Hakainde Hichilema has gone to Tanzania to represent himself and the UPND. Dear Tanzanians, dear African people, I, Lilian Mutambo, an ambassador of human rights and advocacy, together with my Zambian people, distance ourselves from the trip that Hakainde Hichilema has gone to Tanzania. He is not representing Zambia, but he is representing himself, his wife, Mutinda Hichilema, his family, his children, Habwela, and whoever their names are, and the UPND party, and not Zambia. As Zambians, we come against what they are doing in Tanzania. We stand against it. We do not support it. All right? Because if what they were doing was right, we would have said it was a fair election. The reason why people are in jail is because Samia didn't want to listen to any voice about, free and fair elections. She just wanted to be the only person on the ballot paper, gave them cases like Hakainde Hichilema is doing in Zambia. So Hakainde Hichilema has traveled to Tanzania to meet his inspiration, a woman. All right? I will tell you this for free. Mark this and record this. All right? Hakainde Hichilema, his ending will be bad. The level of desperation that this man is displaying, thank God that the international media is able to see that HH is a very desperate man. He's a desperado. The mafia and sadist who is the president of Zambia that came into power to revenge against everybody and make sure that Edgar Chagwalungu died, Nawakwi died, Tutu Angulube died. I don't have any business with this man being a president of Zambia. Presidency is not a love affair or relationship, so we don't need him in office. So Hope Chinono has written this article, and I thought, let's, listen to what he's saying. HH used to show a little bit of solidarity to Zimbabwe, and now Zimbabwe is saying, oh God, so this guy was actually pretending. Okay, so Zimbabwean internationally recognized journalist Hope Chinono blasts HH. He wrote, so President Hakainde Hichilema of Zambia is flying to Dodoma to witness the inauguration of a dictator who jailed opponents, shut down the internet, and killed citizens for demanding free elections. All right? Free and fair elections, of course. Africa never misses an opportunity to embarrass itself. Instead of standing with the victims of tyranny, our leaders line up to shake hands with the oppressor and then wonder why the continent remains the global capital of suffering. HH is too desperate. And finally, people are seeing it from the outside. Good. What a shameful tradition of solidarity with the abusers instead of the abused. This is especially depressing because Hakainde Hichilema falsely portrayed himself as an ethical president. Mark that, falsely. Falsely. This guy is a manipulator. He pretended to be a good guy. He's a manipulator, a liar. And in 2026, HH cannot even win 20% of votes. Who will vote for him? Only mad people will vote for Hakainde Hichilema. Only fools. FOLLS. Only fools will vote for HH. A normal person cannot vote for this guy. Why? What are you voting for him for? For what? What does he represent? Apart from being a dictator, apart from ensuring that Edgar Lungu has died and his body remains in the mortuary, and his wife is busy doing donations in hospitals. She has no shame that the person who even renovated those hospitals is Edgar Chagwa is lying in the mortuary, and she wants to donate things to earn sympathy, or is it from Zambians, when she's never even shown any empathy towards the impasse in South Africa. So don't buy this crap from Mutinta Hichilema. She's a manipulator who thinks she needs to come back into office as a first lady. You don't even deserve the title first lady. You don't even understand the role of a first lady. You have shown no compassion to the 100 youths that died in Mufumbwe. You have never shown any compassion even to what happened to Enoch Simfuka Kasengele. Your husband, Hakainde Hichilema, ensured that Maria Zalomes, the murderer, was released from prison, if at all she even slept in a cell, by the DPP, corrupt DPP, that's that useless man that will remove him from Ziali, called Gilbert Perry. Useless people that have even put corrupt people in the judiciary system, and they do whatever they want. So look here, you cannot rig elections if you're only going to have 20% of votes. You can only rig elections if at least you're going to have 40% of votes. So HH cannot even get 50 plus 1. All right? And that is why he's gone to see the dictator in Tanzania to go and learn how he can arrest every person. And HH, let me warn you, I, Leland Mutombo, I'm telling you this. You will not arrest any candidate that should be on the ballot paper. Who do you think you are that you'll be parading Zambia? Mufiabu Puba. Are you okay? Like, are you correct? Who is your advisor? This is what happens when you use those idiots, those kids, Jito Kayumba, content creators, as your advisors. When you have people like Levin Goma, a grade 7 failure, as your advisor. Your thinking just shows how you are so low class. Even if you insult me, Godwin Habuswe, we know you are Tonga. You are insulting your father. I'm not here insulting anybody, and I'm telling you this, that Hakainde Hichilema cannot win the election next year. Only fools will vote for HH. Only Southern Province, 20% will vote for HH. The whole Zambia will not vote for him. He can put his relatives in the army. They will overpower them to the U.S. Army. You think the U.S. Army is doing what in Zambia? Shabi, he thought he will win, Kamala will win. Now you see it has backfired. Get out. Galu your mother, not me. Block. You understand? You are having content creators, small boys, and Chipo Mwanawasa, small girl, traveling with you all over as advisor. Advisor of what? Advising you doing what? Show us the advice from Chipo Mwanawasa. No, nonsense. You are embarrassing my country, Zambia, in stupidity. And I should be praising you as what? HH is on his own in Tanzania. Dear Africans, the Zambian people are not on HH side. HH has also locked up many MPs in prison for false allegations. They even create fake, criminal offenses so that he should be the only one standing. Nonsense. Get lost. Piss off. What's time for you? You come here to do what on my page? Who will be your mother? Only fools will support this. A Zimbabwean journalist has even written an article about HH, asking questions to say, so this man was pretending to be who he is not. God has exposed you. And for even closing, your mother is the one who's a bitch. Get lost. Nonsense. Because I'm talking about your useless leadership. Useless. Only fools will vote for HH and his corrupt leadership. Nonsense. So the man says, Hope Chinono says, it means that whatever he was saying about Zimbabwe was pretentious. There was clearly another problem beyond what he was claiming to stand for. This is so embarrassing and tragic. a man who once spoke about democracy, now lends legitimacy to a dictator with blood on our hands. And with Zambia heading towards its own election, Zambians should start praying for themselves. A Zimbabwean has even observed this. And then I wrote, Zambia to herself, and only fools will vote for HH. Fiancé Ninyu. That's Hope Chinono in that picture there. All right. That is why Hakainde Hichilema even took his son to the army to go and learn, because he's planning something dirty. That's why he's put his relatives in the army. He's put Tonga people all over. But trust me, Hakainde Hichilema, America will overpower you. America is on our side. You put the army base there, they cannot support you. They will support the Zambian people. And we will protect the votes. Even if you plan to shut the internet like that useless Tawa Kawana is saying, you are following in this dictator's route, path, a woman. It shows how your kanongability, you are so down. You are down, HH, you are very down to follow a woman. You are down. Diamond Platinums has left Tanzania, he ran away. Another musician has run away. They were singing and dancing songs for Samia. There was a protest in Tanzania. And as those protests were taking place, this guy called HH did not even write for peace or anything. He waited for election victory and he flew to Tanzania. So as you fly to Tanzania, HH, learn what you can. All I can tell you is you're not supreme, you're not high and mighty. Okay? You're not immortal. You will lose the election in 2026. And the Zambian people are fed up of your leadership of revenge, your leadership of no electricity for over 20 hours in a day, and you export electricity to make money. Now, let me tell you this, guys. Do you remember when the $80 million was sent to another account by mistake in China? Do you know that that was a deliberate move to expose Hakainde Hichilema? HH has got offshore accounts and businesses where he's receiving monies. That useless boy, that is his Kada Liswaniso, has got about seven mining licenses and a private jet, looting our minerals every day. Jito Kayimba and his father have an illegal mine, and recently a young man was murdered because he was about to expose the secrets of Jito Kayimba. Another young man was murdered for seeing the gold scandal at the airport. Simbarashe Mwamba. So if you're not seeing these birds of the same feather flocking together as a danger to our country, you better wake up. If you thought HH is your mate, you better wake up. Go and register to vote. And tell your friends, tell everybody that HH, a leader who embraces Satanism, Freemasons, but closes a church event, wants to stand again, and he should never be given a chance. And on the 13th of August 2026, I, Lilian Mutambo, declare that all passports of all UPND officials will be rendered invalid. We will revoke every passport, every diplomatic passport, every passport. You are not going to travel anywhere. Block. So, sorry to ask which political party to be. I don't belong to any political party. I'm an advocate. I'm a neutral voice. Your father, Muitwa, is the one who's sick. Only Tongas, fools, will vote for HH. No one will vote for HH. I'm sure by now you should see what is happening to Hakainde Hichilema and the case and the impasse in South Africa. The guy is busy. He lied to you people. I don't want to travel because I am mourning Edgar Lungu. Ako, he came here to UK to beg. Can you deport all Zambians in the UK? UK said, no, we can't. Now he has gone to Tanzania because he now has hope that Tanzania will teach him how to rig elections, how to lock up everybody. But he doesn't know in his kanongability that Tanzania has Zanzibar. And Zanzibar has army and everything their own. So they are the ones who are now controlling Tanzania. But the guy is so down. Very down guy. Zambia. We removed PF because we were angry. It was a protest vote. And 2026, we're going to remove HH because he has failed and he is down. We cannot have a down leader for a president. You are embarrassing us. You've gone to Tanzania at the expense of who? Taxpayers' money? Representing yourself and your wife, Mutinta Hichilema, not me. Certainly not my family, certainly not the Zambian people. You cannot tag us along in the stupidity and the nonsense that is happening in Tanzania. And you claim you're going there for diplomatic. There's no diplomatic there. You should actually even boycott from going there. But you have gone there because you are endorsing the candidature of a dictator. You are evil and will remove you. Zambia has rejected you. Zambia has rejected you. No matter how much Mutinta Hichilema you donate, if you like, donate 1 billion things. Donate as long, whatever you want. Peace off, Tonga. Your name is even Mwinga. Get out. Everything new in 2026. Mutinta Hichilema, you are a very wicked soul. Very wicked. No matter how many donations you do, how you smile, you sit pretty, like a queen of Zambia. Trust me, nobody will vote for your husband. You are a bunch of failures. You can't even advise your husband to do the right thing. So you are giving provisions, mattresses, and then what? You are using taxpayers' money, so what are we supposed? We're supposed to jump and celebrate you? We don't give a shit what you donate. When Mama Esther Lungu is in South Africa there, she has not yet buried her husband. You are a very wicked person. And trust me, in 2026, and years coming, whatever treatment that Mutinta Hichilema, your family will receive from whoever, none of us will give a shit. Because you don't give a shit. Your husband doesn't give a shit about the Zambian people suffering. And now he's tagging us along in the stupidity and the nonsense happening in Tanzania. And we should now give a shit about your husband when things happen to him. We will never give a shit. Morgan Winga, we know you are Tonga and HH tribe. It is you and the Tonga tribe you represent that are fools, not me. Get out. Only normal Tongas know what I mean. Get out, useless. So HH is representing himself, not the Zambian people. This is how desperate and hungry he is for power. He thinks by going to Tanzania to get ideas, he will copy and do the same. HH, market. Most of the people that you've arrested, they've had cases since whatever. As for the rest of the presidential candidates, Ulabeja. And almost 50% of them are lawyers. You arrest who? For what? For unlawful assembly? Nonsense. The other day, Brian Mundubile was going to meet his own fellow people in a house. This boy, this guy called HH, sent people to go and have them arrested. Brian had not even arrived. They took the MP Jean Chisenga from someone's house, someone's living room, and they called it unlawful assembly. Desperado HH. He has even gone to temper with the Socialist Party using Kaunda. Kaunda, be careful. Be careful the way you are trading with UPND, because in 2026, Eden University will be closed. Trust me. Kaunda, Kelvin Kaunda. In 2026, at the pace you are going, Eden University will be closed. We'll make it a charity organization and a hospital for mad people. So you better know how you are trading. You better know how you are trading with HH. The Robert Chavinga that is dining with HH, do you know that HH doesn't even give him a penny? Do you know that he's just using show off? He doesn't even receive a penny from HH. What money has he received? Does HH look like somebody who can give any money? HH was poor. He had no money. He was pretending to be rich. It's only recently that his cows started flocking his farm. He was acting rich when he was not. That is why even his character, his dress code, you can see that the guy is poor. He's very, not even exposed. The dress, you can tell. You can tell that he's poor. You can buy all the bloggers on social media. Pay them whatever. They'll praise you because they are eating. They are eating through their stomach. Okay? Whatever you're giving them is going to their stomach. So they'll praise you. But know that in 2026, you will lose power. Who will give you power? Oh, there's no opposition. After you've connived with Robert Chavinga to go and capture PF at the Registrar of Societies, then you want to boast there is no opposition. You are a coward. Why don't you want the Patriotic Front to stand on the ballot paper? Because you know it will be Peter Mutharika rebirth. But no matter what, Panshon Konono, anybody, even a dog, even a frog will vote, not you, HH. Zambia, listen to me. If you're going to vote for this guy, you will suffer. Haven't you suffered enough? One person, Edith Nawakwi, dead. Edgar Lungu, dead. Chishimba Kambwili was in jail. Why? For simply making a comment that HH is tribal. Meanwhile, Wumba Malambo. That's why I get a shock when I see the so-called celebrity socialites mingling with Wumba Malambo, that wicked girl. That useless wicked girl that has been taking people's land in Kafue. That useless girl. She's in that position as mayor of Kafue because she is Tonga. She was adopted because she was Tonga. Even the time when she was a councillor, she was adopted because she's Tonga. In 2026, anything that looks like UPND symbol, let me show you. It is a demonic cult. Do not pick on demons. If you pick them, you will die and suffer. Already HH has started increasing taxes. He has added taxes on betting. What empowerment has this guy has put in Zambia? What empowerment? The youths go and mine. He kills them. Meanwhile, in Southern Province, do you know that there are so many young people mining illegally? Have you ever heard that HH, I buy a muntu shooter? But in Mufumba, he murdered 100 people. The guy is so biased that in Southern Province, they have even put electricity. They call it the what city. And then you vote for him so that all the Tongas will be in all the embassies. All the embassies, American embassy, over 5 to 7 people. Tongas there, including Chibamba Kanyama is Tonga. You come to the United Kingdom here. The ambassador is Tonga and a lot of people there. You go to Malaysia. You go to any country, it's only Tongas there. Is this a person you want to put in office again? On the 13th of August 2026, we are returning all ambassadors and revoking your passports with immediate effect. You must leave. Our embassies will be closed for 2 months. I've spoken as Foreign Affairs Minister. Nonsense. Namtuelesha sana. Namtudala sana HH with your group. You think Zambian people never fikopo? You can capture PF, my friend. PF is not Zambia. You are now going to go to the election. Zambia versus UPND. You will see where you win. The majority will win. Remember that power belongs to the people of Zambia. The people of Zambia put you there in office. So, my friend, don't big yourself up. Don't grow big-headed. Without us casting a vote, you are nothing but a broke guy that pretends to be rich. It's now that you are rich, looting our minerals. Every place where there is a mine, HH wants to have a share. But the people in Southern Province, they are mining. Queuing up and calling it empowerment. That is why I always say, you Bembas that are being used by HH like Kabuswe, you are very down. And by the way, Kabuswe is just there to eat. He's just scared of this ruthless leader. If I was Gary Nkombo, I would take over power from this useless guy. He's very useless. HH, you are useless. You are a useless president. You are hopeless and useless for embarrassing us and tagging us along in this nonsense that you are doing. Rubbish. Only fools will vote for you. Only mad people will vote for you, HH. Already you have tempered even on the chiefs. You want to go and collect land. You want to have the almighty power over land by bringing in Bill 13. What Jimmy power? Not a fear. You think you can move the chiefs around quite twice. You don't know how a chief becomes a chief. You don't know that it's by birth. It's a birthright. And President presidency is by voting for you. No idiot will vote for you. Who will vote for you? As who? Vote for you that what? Nonsense. Who will vote for this nonsense? What does it? I want to show you something. This UPND symbol, when you see it, always see a demon. When you see this symbol, see a demon. Do not vote for anything on this symbol. You will suffer. And when you suffer, don't come calling me to talk for you. I will not talk for you. 2026, President new. MP new. Councillor new. Mayor new. Council chairperson new. All the ministry leaders new. Diplomats new. First lady new. Why should we have this first lady? For what? Your friend is crying in South Africa and we should have you as first lady. We are retiring you so that you and PF can meet each other and be mule ipono na win. Nonsense. And we're going to release every person that is in prison. Bowman Lusamba, everybody. Chitotela. They'll be released from prison. If you want those guys to rot in jail because of HH using his corrupt judiciary system, vote for him. Already the content creators, they are crying. I would come to social media begging. Social media people, where are you? Speak for the Zambian people, they were silent. HH has now said, if you are a content creator and you are making adverts, 30% of your earnings. Meaning, the company that is supposed to pay you 10,000 kwacha will pay 3,000 kwacha to the government and give you 7,000. It has also come on you. And in the end, HH will even be charging to host a funeral in your house. This guy, I don't trust him. He will charge you tax for even hosting a kitchen party. He will charge you tax for even hosting a wedding. This guy is a very ruthless leader. Now, from this, the way things are going in Tanzania, Diamond is not even in Tanzania together with another musician. And we have useless musicians like Chilewan and Yomabs who are singing for HH, calling HH a boss. Now the boss has decided to add more taxes. The boss said he was going to make minimum 50 kwacha. The boss has failed because he's a liar. All he does is lie. So how are you going to vote for a liar? A liar that is even endorsing a dictator. This is foolishness. This is rubbish. I will never support such nonsense in my life. I will never ever support this nonsense in my life. And I'm warning you, if you dare vote for HH, keep this screenshot. You will suffer. And I'll be busy with my life. You see my phone is ringing? Those are business calls. I don't share what I do now. I keep quiet. Because these same demonic people called UPND, they tamper with everything that I try to do. Useless people. Nonsense. And I will come to Zambia by God's grace to the inauguration of the new president. So for those of you who are wishing me that no, when I come to Zambia, I'll be arrested. Nobody is arresting me. From the airport, at least I'll have more than 10,000 youths to receive me. Yes, because we spoke. And the Zambians listened. And we voted HH out. So HH has already lost. Even the system is not with him. The civil servants are not with him. No civil servant is with HH. What? Even if you add today 2,000 kwacha, it's okay, HH. Eat my civil servants. Don't vote for this guy. Every day we're receiving messages from people talking about how HH has even made sure that polling stations where people can register, they are either closed or they are far away. They are even putting fake date of births on NRCs. Do your manipulation, HH. You can't even get 10%. In Lusaka, 0. None of your MPs, Mulambaimo, you are going. Chinkuli, you are going. Mposha, you are going. All your MPs, none of them can even retain their seats. Copper Belt, Elisha Matampo, Tayali, oh. If it's Copper Belt, nobody from Copper Belt can vote for you. You even call it Bali Belt. Siyase mupa. Bali belt for where? Eko wade eko bakaunda ba chef nan discover ama minerals and call it copper belt. Then you want to call it belly belt. Oh, that's a please, copper belt. Don't vote for Hakainde Hichilema. The candidate that will pick and stand by will protect that candidate. What where shall what it tell la maning? Atase, but grade 12 and aliswanisem grade 3. When I'm you don't even have grade 12. That's why even PF even chased you away. Well, anybody who's posting about Tanzania, we are going to have them arrested. Get out to go. Nonsense. Mwababu kala Jojo Wansala. If not for the politics, you think it would be who? Nonsense. Nonsense. Look, they were saying, don't post about Tanzania, but the president has gone there. Anyway, from the time I started speaking about Edgar Chagwa Lungu, I knew that HH was a failure. That is why I resigned from the useless party called UPND. And the UPND now, they try by all means to say A, B, C, D, so that we should silence Leland. You cannot silence a voice of God. I don't work by myself. God appointed me to speak for the Zambian people. You cannot touch grace and win. I didn't wake up and start talking because I have nothing to do. It was God who appointed me. And because God has appointed me, you can't come and start threatening me A, B, C. We'll bring you to Zambia. You bring me to Zambia to do what? Me. You bring me from UK to Zambia. Which government are you going to ask? British government. And they'll allow you. Oh, God. It's a country where we speak of human rights, and I have this human rights certificate master's degree. And I'll tell them that the guy in Zambia does not allow freedom of speech on the internet. And I studied human rights masters in Belfast, Ulster University, and I have a degree. So I have a right to advocate for my Zambian people when they are silenced by this guy, this mafia, this gangster called Hakainde Hichilema. He now wants to remove Fred Membe from the Registrar of Societies from the paper so that he should take over the party. This is how useless you are, HH. You are very useless and dumb and foolish at the same time. You think you can take over parties and then what? Wee and poo-poo. HH has taken over SP. HH has taken over PF. If you like, take everything. Bill 7 will not go through. So we can even have an independent president and independent members of parliament and even start our own government. We will form government next year. Nonsense. We'll form government next year. And I'll be there to receive the new president. I'll let you berish. Kutikama. Where you think Zambians, they are foolish. They are doing anything. Anyway, the Zambians are silent for a reason. Let me now speak a bit of Bemba. Mwemana Zambia nde milomba. HH mubi sano mutima. Mwika mufotela. Chari bipo mutima chumunu mendechi. Pamana bakashi bari bipo mutima. Imtina sha bulosh. Bala isa kuminyengelela kumipela tuma 50 kwacha. Pokeni dieni. Ni duno na reverse. Ni watermelon. Mule diafye. Mwikaba votera. Ifitenge mukapoke. Tukalanshi kama bulangeti winter ireisa Juni kesa. Tukala bonfya makete ni akuma toilet. Tukala bonfya makete ni amayanda. Fyonse fubale taba UPND. Mwilaba konkele shati tiba chinja. Uwakale ma taluwika. Elo takachinje. HH takachinje. Ari bipo mtima. Balungu bali mu fridge ku South Africa. Chira pitana na kupitana. Elo alebe po ufi ku bantu ati. Teti mfumepo ukuya kumbi kuchalo pantu balungu tatulabashika. Batuyo aya ku Tanzania. Kula kuna ku Tanzania ko balelwa. Bao chane fintu. Abantu 800 bafwa. HH aya tina amukuba posha ukubeba congratulations mwawina. Bo president. Bai mininebeka piece of kabanda. Kwenyu tu hu. Mafienu. Kwenyu kwisa. Atase. Kwenyu kwa tifia buloshi. Ka kwenyu nenu kwa kwenoko. Kwenyu refia buloshi. Nonsense. Kwenyu na banani? Ata se. Ata. Kwenyu na bana? Kwenyu has died. We are now new. Kwenyu na banani? Fia bupuba. Fia matotori. Nonsense. The Zambian people are suffering. And you know, my people, when I'm speaking, I'm not speaking because I have nothing to do. I'm speaking because I love you. And I want Zambia to be back to where it was again. We're going to choose a leader who is going to be a father for our nation. We're going to choose a leader who will bind us together. We want to be marrying our Tongas again. Mwangala, Nchimunya Alwind, I love you. We want to be marrying our Tongas again. I have daughters. If my daughter wants to marry a Tonga, she's free. But because of HH, you have put bad vibes between Zambians and Tongas. We want to intermarry. We want to interact well. And therefore, we must remove HH for peace and order to be restored in our country. The guy is very wicked. So regardless of what anyone says, I will never support HH. HH is a very evil man. He has gone to represent, yeah, you can Bali all the way, foot sec, mafieno. Bali kwisa. Atase. Get out. Bali where? Atta. Chiveresh. Alema kwisa HH. Okay, let me ask you. Who is going to allow HH to win an election? Who? Oh. The civil servants, they are not with HH. They are going to vote for him where? Unakwata man. He thinks the Tongas can overpower the whole entire generation of Zambians. 72 tribes against one. You win where? 72 tribes. Huh? Remove Tonga. 71 tribes against one. You win where? It's you who's not normal. Get out. Everything new. Allah. Chibedesh. Anyway, guys, I have to go now. I've got a lot of things to do. It's a busy Monday. But I thought I'm here to congratulate President Hakainde Hichilema for exiting his seat well in advance. He has made it possible by his actions. And what he has done going to Tanzania is a sign that the guy is wicked. Edgar is saying I should come to Zambia to do what? I don't come to Zambia to be ruled by fools. I can't be part of foolishness. When there is a new leader who has sense, correct sense, I will come. Not when there's foolishness happening in Zambia. I can't. HH can't win the election in 2026. Win where? You think because Inganga Shire Mulumba pa Facebook, Shire Riempia, ati HH will win. Wait. HH will win where? As who? As who? To do what? This Dow guy will win where? Atta. To win where? This man that is so tribal, a tribalist, a man with no empathy, will win where? Edgar Lungu is lying there in the mortuary. You win where? It is your mother who is stupid. We know your Tonga. Get out. Nonsense. You were not raised well to disrespect a woman. Your mother didn't do a good job. So, Hakainde Hichilema is on his own in Tanzania. I, Lilian Mutambo, do not endorse or approve what he's doing. And I'm therefore hereby declaring that after careful consideration and thinking deeply, Hakainde Hichilema deserves a chance to be removed from office. Nonsense. What are we keeping HH for? Miti machine karipa every day. Zambians are suffering. Zambians cannot even feed. And we should be praising you. Get out. Nonsense. It is you who needs prayers. Your mother didn't raise you well. It is your mother that is stupid. Chiveresh. Look at how disrespectful they are. Because we are telling you the truth about HH. HH cannot even get 2% in Lusaka. HH cannot even get 5% in Copperbelt. HH has been transporting Tongas from Southern Province transporting them to Copperbelt to register to vote, so that you should have some numbers there. To Akwanisha. If you like, manipulate. You won't win. Malawi formula loading. You're not winning. Stupid. You're calling me stupid. It's your mother that's stupid. HH is winning where? Quote me anywhere. HH will not win. Only fools will vote for HH. Only mad people will vote for HH. Useless. What advisors does he have? Doing foolishness in Tanzania. Atase Chiweresh. Representing Zambia, spoiling our name. A Zambia of peace. You have spoiled everything. Peace off. It's HH who needs to go for prayers. And pray for HH. I hope you have seen prophecies. Yeah. Pray for him. You that support him. Pray for your president. And the prophets that have spoken, it's not one, not two, not three, there are many. At the pace he's going, I doubt he will last long. At the pace HH is going, I doubt. Even if he forces, he will not last. So guys, thank you so much watching me from Malambo constituency. Mama, never mind these gangs from New Doom. That's why even Doom has become a substance that people drink. Why? Because this New Doom government brought satanism, brought the devil spirit for even people to be committing suicide. Rubbish. It is your father who is a fool. Go for medical checkup. You, Tonga Kachimbe. Get out. Block. So guys, that's my final take. Mutinda Hichilema, well done for donating, but you will not buy love from us. You are a pretender, you are a manipulator. And be ready to be taking food in one jail somewhere. Mama Samia, your ending will be bad. And HH siding with you, his ending will be bad. Diamond Platinums, your people have said, even if you go and perform in Tanzania, they will never support you for siding with the oppressor, for singing songs for Mama Samia, because you are getting paid. You are also a useless person. You are very useless for siding with such a dictator. We are not Tanzanians, but we've seen Tanzanians cry. Tanzanians don't talk. It is you who is mad. Get out. It is you. HH. Okay, let me read this. You are just a mad woman, you'll be caged. Hakainde Hichilema is the one who will be caged. Idiot. Emmanuel. Piss off. Guys, take care. Hakainde Hichilema is doing foolishness in Tanzania. And I, Lilian Mutambo, do not approve for siding with a dictator. It's all over BBC News that this woman won by 98%. She had no opponent. And you want to go and side with her. Get out, useless Hakainde Hichilema regime.